now. Yeah. Facebook Live, YouTube Live. What's up, guys? It's some guy who cooks here live with a video for you guys. Yeah. So it's pretty late, I know, but it's okay because I told you I was going to do a live video for this Saturday cook. I just didn't tell you how late it was going to be. So here's what I'm making. I am making biscuits and gravy. I love biscuits and gravy, don't you? Now, I know I said this whole month I'm going to be making Thanksgiving-themed cooks. And quite frankly, for me, this is a Thanksgiving-themed recipe because guess what? I mean, you got to have something for breakfast on Thanksgiving in preparation for this amazing, huge meal you're about to have. And this is one that I absolutely love. You can usually find it in my house in the morning on Thanksgiving. Because, I love things. I love biscuits and gravy. It's a Southern classic. If you've never had it, you need to try it. And, you can hate yourself later because of how terrible it is for you, but, whatever. Anyway, we're going to make the biscuits from scratch real quick. What I've got here is 3 cups of pancake mix, and we're going to mix that with, right here, a 1/4 cup of water. Go ahead and toss that in. We've got 1 egg. Crack it, and drop it. Don't drop in any of those eggshells. Yeah, no, you don't want to go in there, do you, eggshell? Toss that. Rinse my hands. And then you also want a 1/2 stick of butter. And you should probably soften this stuff. This isn't super soft, but we'll make it work anyway. I chopped it up into little itty bitty pieces here. Bloop, bloop. Oh, that one went into the water measuring cup. Retrieved. Down in the mix it goes. In fact, let me go ahead and bring you down here so you can observe. Bloop, bloop, bloop. All ploops going on here. Yeah, so we're making biscuits. So obviously it's not going to be a really thin dough or batter or what have you. It's going to be pretty thick, and that is okay by me. Now, normally a lot of people like to bake their biscuits. Instead, I'm actually going to fry them up on the pan, and they have a little bit of a different texture when you do that, but they're still awesome. One of my favorite ways to do biscuits, if you ever get like a honey butter batter, one of my favorite ways is to take that and fry the biscuit dough in butter. I know, it's even more butter, and it's even more terrible for you. But it is so good. And that with some gravy is just hard to beat. Now, as you can see, I'm mixing with my hands here. That's one of the best ways to do it. And try not to bend your fingers when you do. I just lost some dough because I bent my fingers. Try not to bend your fingers so much. The less you do, the more delicate you're going to be while mixing and kneading this dough, which is very important because the less you do, the more delicate these biscuits are going to be. They're going to be nice and light and airy. You want to get everything mixed in good and even, but you don't want to overwork these glutens, okay? You don't want a dense biscuit. You want nice and airy and light. So as you can see, it is, like I said, a very thick dough here. Very sticky, but we're going. By the way, as you guys like, this is a live video, which means I can interact with each and every one of you. So go ahead, like it, comment it as we go. If you've got questions, ask them. I will be happy to answer, okay? Because this is all about us having a good time, and you get to see the cook while it's going live. And I know that leaves me a margin of error. That leaves me less room for error while I'm talking. And, oh, well, you get raw me. As raw as this batter. So, yeah, there's that. There's also probably going to be a lot of silence, even though I'm doing a good job of talking a lot right now. So, it is what it is. Anyway, there we go. Our dough is just about ready here. You want to feel to make sure there aren't any solid lumps of butter. But there we go. Yeah, feeling good here. It's ready to go. And you're going to want to form it into, and work in that extra powdery stuff in the bottom of the bowl. But you're going to want to form it into, little biscuits. So here we go. Got a pretty good lump of biscuit batter here. And yeah, I'm going to grab a pan, put in a little coconut oil, and fry these bad boys up. Okay, sound good? Sounds good. Let's do this. Okay. Time for me to wash my hands again. Like I said, guys, go ahead and start leaving comments and questions and all that for me so I can, I can see them. Discussion. Yeah, I'm not going to set moderation to this. Anyone can comment and ask questions or make comments. Let's see. Oh, yes, I see I've got some people watching already. So, Gene, hello to you. Karen in the kitchen, hello to you. And yes, fried biscuits, they are amazing. Give it a shot sometime. Oh, there you are, Peter. Hello, Amber. Glad you're here. Rosemary and Parmesan, what? So the biscuits? That sounds delicious. But no, we're just doing plain buttermilk biscuits. Now, I didn't add buttermilk to the dough, but it is a buttermilk, like a powdered buttermilk pancake mix. So there's that. Should butter be cold? Yeah, the butter should be room temperature. It was kind of cold for me, but that's okay. I mixed it pretty well anyway. All right. Anyway, guys, oh, yeah, I see I've got plenty of people watching and liking and commenting and all that. Good stuff, everybody. Yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them. But anyway, got my dough there. Let me grab a pan. Woo! This is the pan I'm going to use not only for frying the biscuits, but also for making the, what's it called? Making the gravy. So here we go. Coconut oil, because, all this stuff is really bad for you. And I guess you can have something that's a little more healthy. It would help if I plugged my burner in, right? That would help, I think. Hey, come on, cable. There we go. The cable. Turn it on now. Okay, burner's on. Gonna drop some of this coconut oil down in here. You're gonna want a fair amount because we are, we're basically frying these biscuits. We're not deep frying, but we are frying them, so they will soak up a bit of this oil. Something tells me the coconut oil is going to give this all a really nice flavor. You make yours Red Lobster style with garlic, rosemary, and Parmesan and cheddar. Yeah, those Cheddar Bay biscuits, Amber, they're something else, especially when you make them at home, because you can add more cheddar than Red Lobster does. They're a little stingy, but they are good. Done with coconut oil. So while this is heating up, we're going to start forming some biscuits, okay? Yeah, coconut sounds sexy. Yes, it does. All right. And no comments on the Facebook side, huh? Oh, well. All right. We'll go ahead and start showing you this pan here. We're going to let this coconut oil heat up, get nice and hot. While it does, start forming some biscuits, okay? You can form them however you want. I like to do little pucks like this. They're fairly thick, but, you know, it's all good. They're going to be delicious. And there are some larger pieces of butter still in here, scattered every now and then. But you know what? Something tells me that's just going to make for a really good biscuit. Yeah, so easy. Little pucks like that. We're just going to form as many as we can out of this big ball of dough. They don't have to be perfectly uniform, but do them as you can. There we go, yeah. Melting, melting, melting coconut. Oh, there's one more light I need to turn on. Ooh, that's bright. There we go. It's a little brighter now, guys. And like I said, you can make these biscuits as big or small as you like. I'm making them a little bit smaller, but I'm hoping they'll rise a little bit because of the pancake mix, you know. They should be nice and fluffy. Let's see. Is that a package of sausage? Yes, Amber, it is a package of sausage. Chunks of butter will make it extra sensitive. You won't have to add as much when you eat it. That is true. But yeah, it is a packet of sausage. This is Vidalia onion and uncured bacon sausage. And that's going to be what I use to make my sausage gravy, okay? I don't have any ground sausage right now, so I'm improvising a bit. Quite frankly, most of the time when I make country gravy for biscuits and gravy, I don't use sausage. Sometimes I'll use bacon, but most of the time I don't use sausage. It's just not something I use. Ground breakfast sausage isn't my favorite thing in the world, actually. I know that probably sounds like blasphemy or like it's completely untrue because look who's talking here, you know? Me, not liking something meat. Weird. You know, it's okay, but it's nothing I go out of my way for. Anyway, I figured sausage gravy, though, it is a classic for biscuits and gravy, so I figured I'd make a sausage gravy, and I'm going to use some of this stuff instead of ground sausage, you know. So, hey, look at that. I got 10 biscuits here, and our pan feels like it's nice and hot. That coconut oil is melted. I'm going to start popping these guys in here. Okay, there's no sizzle, so it's obviously still heating up. But that's okay. We'll get there. Now I'm starting to hear that sizzle. All right. The spatula I have available is the USS Enterprise here. Yeah. Look at that. You can see a little bit of fizzy, sizzly goodness on these biscuits. They're going. So while we're going, and Gene, to answer your question, my choice of oil is my oil of choice. It depends on what I'm doing for this. I'm using coconut oil right now just because it's a little healthier, and I think it'll give these a nice flavor. But yeah, it really depends on what you're doing. One of my favorite oils in general is olive oil. I mean, how can you beat olive oil, right? Olive oil is a wonderful, wonderful thing. The salty beef strips. So you're talking about an SOS, Amber. An SOS, yeah. Yeah. Think biscuits and gravy minus the sausage plus little beef strips. Yeah. It's chipped beef. It's called chipped beef. Also, really good. I love it. It's probably worse for you than standard gravy. I don't know. Either way, we're doing good. So if you got questions, like I said, keep going. There's a place here that actually does chipped beef, Amber. You said you haven't seen it since you were a kid. There's a place here called Metro Diner. Great place. All their food is really heavy, but great place. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But yeah, they have an SOS, and it's wonderful. And to answer your question, Gene, yes, traditionally I will use a cast iron skillet when frying biscuits. That's what I'll usually use. Right now, I'm not, because my cast iron is, what's it called? It's in the oven. It needs to, not cure. It needs to, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm treating it, so to speak. But yeah, let's look back down to these biscuits, guys. Come on, Enterprise. You know what? You're a little too big for this pan, but you'll work. There we go. Flip it on over. Yeah, isn't that pretty? There we go. You know what? This is turning out pretty well. I may need to toast them a little bit to get the middle nice and cooked well enough, but they're looking pretty darn good. This might just work out fine. I've never done this recipe of biscuit before, so this is actually a bit of a trial for me. Honestly, I like to cheat. I usually like to get a thing of the Pillsbury honey butter biscuits because, quite frankly, they're good and they work. But didn't have any of that, and it's too late to go to the store, so I wanted to just make biscuits from scratch for you guys. Now, don't forget to like and comment on this video, and please share it with your friends. You know, that's dumb, Brett. Don't do that. Do not reach into hot oil with your fingers. I do not advise anyone to do that. I almost did. Wasn't I a great example? Because I'm trying to get this little bit of biscuit here. Okay, it's really hot. Surprise, surprise. Yes, seasoning. Thank you, Gene. I am seasoning the skillet. Ooh, here's a little bit of biscuit that's cooked. Yeah, that's a good solid biscuit. That's great. Well, I'm glad you're having fun, Amber. All right. Replace story time with cooking time. Maybe, who knows? All right. These biscuits are looking pretty well done. Not well done as in overcooked, but pretty much like they're done. Give them a little more time on the first side there. They want to make sure they're cooked all the way through. They're still a little doughy. fact, let me turn them up on their sides like this. Right onto the thick sides. Ow. Ooh, those are hot. I guess I do need a little more oil for this pan, but you know what? I won't worry about frying them all in oil. Okay, guys, we're pulling these. Woo! For these next ones, I'm going to smush them a little flatter, that way they cook a little more evenly. Yeah, there's some of that butter. Get a little more of this coconut oil. See. Yeah, that is the thing about going live is I guess it's kind of boring because you don't get the fast forwarded, jumped forward bits where I can make this all happen in 5 minutes as opposed to, like 30, 45. But that's okay. Hey, for those of you who are watching this after the fact, which is not yet, obviously, you can hit fast forward or, watch it in double time. No, that's no fun. Okay, Amber, I believe you. Thank you for being so supportive. And Enterprise is a little big for this, so I'm going to use a fork instead. I think these guys are ready to flip. Oh, yeah. Just a touch more of this coconut oil. Sorry. Bloop. Supportive board, same thing. It has the same results, right? All right, if you say so. I mean, if you're supportive as a result of being bored, then who am I to complain? I want this coconut oil to spread around nice and even. In the meantime, I grabbed a piece of one of those already done biscuits, and I want to try it for you. Oh, yeah. That is super airy, fluffy, delicate, and it's got a great flavor too. And it's really simple. So here we go. These are good. I definitely recommend the I recommend the recipe. And like I said, really easy. 3 cups of pancake mix, a 1/4 cup of water, a 1/2 stick of butter, and what was that last bit? That might have been it. 1/2 stick of butter. Oh, and an egg. You need an egg. Yeah, 1 egg. Cool. All right, let's flip these again, see how they're doing. Cool. They're doing great. That's how they're doing. Ow. But I need to flip them up on their side to get that middle cooked a bit. Because it is still doughy. And while that's going on, we'll drop in our last 2 over here. With a little more coconut oil. Yeah, coconut oil. Look at you. You love to play with all the biscuits, don't you? Oh, I forgot to smash these down a little bit. Let's see. Are these 2 ready to flip, flip, flip? Yeah. That was cool. 1 more spoonful of coconut oil here. I think we're done with coconut oil for the night. Yeah, look at that sizzle. Oh, well, there's more comments here. Bake then. I'm trying this time. Yes, Caleb, homemade biscuits, and they are fried biscuits, not just baked. And yeah, Gene, the baking cooks them a little more evenly, but I really love the flavor you get when you fry them. So when you fry them, really, if you don't want them a little gooey in the middle, like they'll probably be a little bit gooey in the middle. Not gonna lie, they're super good. So if you want to keep that from happening, you want to fry them until they're golden like this one on the outside, on all sides, and then, you know, maybe pop them in a toaster or in the oven at 350 for maybe 5-10 minutes, just to give them a little extra something. But I do kind of like my my biscuits a little bit gooey in the middle, as gross as that sounds. And I don't mean like, oh, ugh, they're goo. I mean like, gosh, how do I even put it? I mean, so the texture is more almost like white bread in the middle. It's hard to explain unless you experience it, because it is cooked. I swear it is cooked. It's just not crispy like the rest of it on the outside. But anyway, these are looking pretty good. I'm going to pop some of these on the plate over here. Hot, 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 hot. Ow. All right, fine. I'll use the fork. Come here, you. This one. This one doesn't want to stay together. And that's okay. I mean, we're going to be crumbling them up with the gravy anyway. All right, come here, you. And these two, floop. That's right, a new term, not ploop, but floop. Oh, darn it, you floop double. Yeah, there we go. Floop. Oh, it did not floop. All right, floop is a failure. We're trashing that term. Hello, biscuit bits. Well, burn my biscuits. Yeah. All right, guys, these biscuits are just about done, which means we can soon move on to our sausage gravy. Now, while these biscuits are finishing up, I'll go ahead and open up the sausage and, cut it into some bits. Like I said, this sausage here is Vidalia onion and uncured bacon sausage. I have not had this before, but I'm looking forward to it. So yeah. Amber, I see you have made a marijuana reference. You riffraff. Well, it smells pretty good. Normally, I wouldn't cut a sausage before I cook it, but I want to cut this into bits for the gravy. And hey, just found out I was live streaming. Thought you'd drop by. Glad you did. Glad you're here. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Stick around a while, okay? You got any questions? Feel free to ask them. I am here to answer. So yeah, any questions you got, ask away. Any comments you got, comment away. Good, bad, ugly, however you want to comment. This is going to be terrible for cutting sausage, so no. It may be a bit overkill, but I'm going with my Cutco Hardy slicer here. Yeah, you keep cooking biscuits. Like the good biscuits you are. Almost got my thumb. That would not have been bueno. That would have been muy mal. And I'm not going to worry about making these into tiny little bits of sausage. We're going to do just little half moons here. By the way, for those loyal 4 who have been around this whole time, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sticking around. It's cool that you don't mind all the space in between talking and cooking stuff. After today, I have to wonder how many watches this video is going to get, seeing as it's live, and it's going to be a lot longer than the others. But you know what I think the cool thing is about a live video like this is you can do this alongside me. Honestly, you can do this alongside me because I am not the fastest chef in the world. You know, I got my flaws, and one of them is I'm a little slow in the kitchen. I make some darn good food, dude, but I am a little slow in the kitchen. So you could easily make any of these. Well, you could easily make this alongside me and have it turn out great. So biscuits done. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna cook up this sausage very briefly. Don't need any oil or butter or anything like that. There's plenty of fat in the sausage itself. Man. Yeah. Bum-bum. Now what this sausage is going to do, it's going to flavor our pan a little bit because it's going to leave behind a little bit of its greasy grease. And that's going to be super good after it fries up and stuff. Let me get this fork back. So it'll leave behind a little bit of it. This will be fan gravy. We're going to pop it out. So for the gravy, of course, you need flour. Oh, I should... Flour for gravy, okay? That's kind of a flour. Instead of butter, seeing as I haven't had it yet, I'm going to try a piece of it before I make this gravy. But yeah, let's go over our ingredients real quick. So we've got the sausage. It is delicious. Then, of course, you need some heavy cream and some whole milk. My interwebs quit on me. It still says I'm live. I don't think I'm having trouble. I hope everything's okay. But anyway, those are the basic ingredients. Then, of course, we're going to flavor with a little bit of garlic, some onion powder, salt, and pepper. You had to refresh. Oh. So was it on my end or your end? I have no idea. All right. Well, I'm glad it came back. That's a good thing. Anyway, this sausage is cooking pretty well. It looks great. It smells great. I wish you guys could smell it too. Oh, here's a nice little piece here. I'm going to try this. Wow, does that smell good. Ooh. You could really taste the Vidalia onion. And that bacon flavor is nice too. You want to try some sausage? It's definitely hot. Watch out. Yeah, it's real hot. And you know what? Seeing as something already fell in my water measuring cup, I'm going to use this to hold our sausage. Yeah. Is that a cat hair? It is a cat hair. That stuff gets everywhere, guys. Viewers who have cats, you know. So, for making a roux, which is the base of our country gravy, you need equal parts butter and flour, or in this case, equal parts garlic butter and flour, which traditionally you'll use a tablespoon of each. And that's for a small amount of roux, which is perfect for thickening soups, thickening cream sauces, making gravy. But we'll see. I'll make a bit and we'll see how it goes. All right, come on, you. This is good sausage. But as you know, you don't need to have like a ton of sausage in sausage gravy. So that's all I'm going to cook up for now. But now it's time to get to the roux. So I'm going to point you down here. You eat all the sausage before you remember you're cooking other stuff with it. I don't blame you. I'm tempted to do the same. So here we go. We got our pan. We've got a little bit of grease in there from that sausage. Super good. And we're just going to get a nice container of Papa John's garlic butter. Now look at that. And yeah, we just want to get as much of that out of that little cup as we can. And while that's cooking, we don't want it to burn and cook all the way. So while it's going, let's go ahead and get some flour in here. Just grab a pinch. Boom. Get our whisk. Mix it all around real good. Now, while that's going, the key to a good roux, do not burn it. Keep it moving. I'm going to turn the heat down because we don't want it all the way up. Ah! While that's simmering a little bit, time to add another pack of this garlic butter. Boom. And you know what? I think that is going to be plenty for the amount of gravy we want to make tonight. Another rinse of my hands. Another pinch of flour before this stuff burns. Boop. And now, stir it all around. There we go. Look at those goodies, guys. I wish you could smell it. It is fantastic. In fact, I'm going to add a little bit more flour. You got to kind of eyeball this. Once it's all mixed around, it should almost be like a dough, okay? Your roux really should be just about like a dough. But while you cook it, that heat is going to break down the flour. There we go. See, it's more dough-like in consistency now. The heat, though, is going to break down the flour, and as it does so, it's going to break down the structure of the roux, make it more fluid. So it will still be a good thickening agent, but it will it'll be a little more fluid as you go on. And the way you can really tell you've got a good roux, the minimum you want to cook it to is until it starts smelling like just freshly popped popcorn, which it's a little tough to smell that when you've got a garlic butter like this, but you can still gauge it. Just give it a good smell. And I can smell it. It is smelling a lot like popcorn right now. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let it cook just a little bit longer because I don't want it to be too floury. And that's what happens when you don't cook a roux for long enough, okay? It'll taste a lot like flour, and you'll forego a lot of the added flavor you get when you cook down the roux. If you let it keep going, you'll eventually get a brown roux and eventually a chocolate roux, which is great for gumbo. But that's not what we want for this. We're making country gravy, so this right here is about what we want. Not yet a brown roux. It's still technically a white roux. And now, here's what we're going to do. I've got my heavy cream here. Nice big thing of heavy cream, which, oh, yeah, it's unopened, so I got to fix that problem. Creamy. All right, next up. Keep this moving, guys. You don't want it to burn. Now we'll add some heavy cream. Eyeball it. Nice splash there. And look how much this is going to thicken up now. Look at that. It's like batter, okay? So what we're doing now, this isn't going to break down anymore because we've added our cream. I guess it might a little bit, but really what we want to do is we want to keep adding cream a little bit at a time. Now, you don't have to use cream for the whole thing. It will take quite a while and quite a lot of cream. That's why I've also got some whole milk for this, okay? Now, as this is going, it's not yet fully whatever. So right now is the time to add a little bit of salt. Okay, we got a little bit of salt in there. And again, eyeball it. A little bit of salt and a good amount of black pepper here, okay? Do not be stingy on the black pepper. This is a pepper gravy, okay? It's country gravy uses a lot of pepper. And I dropped a few ploops of roux. Let's see if I can salvage them. There we go. Let's get all around, okay? Oh, yeah. I can smell that pepper, and it smells wonderful. Statement about the dark roux correct. You're impressed that I got the statement about the dark roux correct. Why is that? That's how you are with beef. Nice. Yeah, roux are amazing, okay? I love a good roux as well. And look at this. It's really starting to come together. Still thick, but you know what? We want a good thick gravy. Not quite this thick, so we'll need to add a little more of this whole milk. But before we do, we're going to keep flavoring it. Next up, I'm also going to add a little bit of accent, okay? If you've never used accent, it is crystallized flavor. I'll just put it that way. Accent, aka monosodium glutamate, is related to salt, but it has a lot less sodium. So it's actually technically a little bit better for you than salt. Now what we're going to do, we're going to give this a little bit of a taste. Woo! That does not need any more salt. That is delicious. But what I will add, I've got some onion powder here. I like a good oniony flavor. It does not need added garlic because that garlic butter is wonderful. But what it does need, more pepper. So here we go. And this is fresh cracked telecherry pepper. If you've never had telecherry, they're peppercorns that are left on the stem, left on the vine for a little bit longer, so they have a more potent aroma, a stronger flavor. It's just wonderful. Telecherry pepper, and it's not expensive. You can buy it in 1 pound bags on Amazon or at a local, like Indian markets have it. Several markets you'll be able to find it. It is just delicious. So give it a shot. Gonna add some more milk here. We're gonna crank that heat back up. Look at that. The gravy's coming together, guys. Now, you could leave it nice and super thick like this, or you could add more milk. I'm going to add a little bit more milk. The more you add, the more seasoning, though, that you are going to have to add because, it's going to take away from that flavor. But that is perfectly fine. You can always add more seasoning. You can't take it away, though. So, another splash of milk, and we'll give it another taste. I'm going to grab a different tasting spoon, seeing as I already used this fork. Yeah, look at that. It's a little more thin, but not so thin that it's like, watery. Oh, thank you very much. So let's give it a shot. Here we go. Are you ready? Yeah, it is looking good. You're confident that I've made gumbo correctly. Let's see here. Because you're too close to Orlando, and I know about that Disney gumbo recipe as a New Orleans. Yeah, no, I wouldn't get gumbo at Disney. No. I've been to New Orleans. I love it. So yeah, confident that I made gumbo correctly. I love gumbo. That's all. So maybe I need to do a gumbo episode sometime. But anyway, here we go. Let's try this. Ooh. Oh yeah. That is what I call a good country gravy. I'm going to add a little bit more pepper. I know there's a lot of pepper in here, but country gravy needs a lot of pepper. So adding a bit more pepper. And now is when we add in our sausage, okay? Yes. Oh, and there's a little bit of that sausage grease. We're just going to let that kind of drip on down in there. It's flavor, guys. You don't want to miss out on that. Oh, yeah. And look. I'm ready. At that, we can turn off our heat now. But look at that. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sausage gravy here. And it's not using your traditional sausage, obviously. But, oh, it's so good. It is so good. And I am ready to try this out. So, here we go. We've got our hot gravy ready to go. We've got our biscuits. Let me grab a plate and serve it up, okay? Okay. Here we go. That's my biscuit. All right. So here's what's traditional, guys, okay? You got to go ahead and just break this open right to that center. Oh, yeah. And there's what I'm talking about when I say doughy. See, it's not raw, but it's hard to explain. But you can see it here. It's not raw, I swear. It's cooked. It's so good though, and it's nice and crispy from the oil on the outside. But break these open like this, and now, all right, we've got our gravy. I need to grab a spatula here, spoon, serving spoon. Oh, yeah, thank you. That'll work. My lovely assistant on the side. Get some kind of spoon to serve it with, but go ahead and get a nice spoonful here and right on top. Oh yeah, that is beautiful. There may be a little bit too much light on this video for you, but that's okay. You get the gist. I'm just gonna ladle this right on top of the biscuit. A nice piece of sausage or two on each piece of biscuit here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is gonna make an excellent late night snack, dinner, something. So there we have it. Do not skimp on that gravy, okay? Do not skimp on the gravy. Heck yeah is right, okay? So yes, there we go. We've got our biscuits and gravy here with fresh-made biscuits, fresh-made sausage gravy. Oh, I'm excited to try this. Are you guys excited for me to try this? Because I most certainly am. Megan, what's up? I see you jumped in. Yeah, gravy. 13 hours, what you cooking? Virgil, I am cooking biscuits and gravy, and it's wonderful. Glad you jumped in here. We've been going for almost an hour now. It's 12:30. Yeah, guys, Virgil's doing Extra Life. Let me get you that link real quick so that you can donate to the cause here, because that's kind of why I'm streaming this right now. So, yes, here we go. I'll have that link, and I'll post it in the comments in just a moment here. Oh, come on, Internet. Don't be slow on me. Here we go. Okay. Link. Link. Here we go. Open link in new tab. Sorry, it's taking me a minute, but I swear it'll be worth it. There we go. All right, guys. So Extra Life is for a great cause. I'm posting this in the comments. This is Virgil's link, so you can donate to his stream. You can watch him stream as well. There we go. Bam. All right. Yeah. This is making me want to go to Waffle House and get some biscuits and gravy. You know what? Hey, I love Waffle House. But anyway, guys, it's been postponed too long. It is now time for me to try these biscuits and gravy. So here we go. Nice big bite. I'm trying to get this extra piece of sausage here. Nice big bite, a piece of biscuit, two pieces of sausage, plenty of gravy. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That is some biscuits and gravy. That is some biscuits and gravy. Do you want oh, yeah, Extra Life. So Extra Life is a big gaming event. It actually happens all month long, but a lot of people get together for a 24-hour period to stream themselves playing games in order to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. Great cause. You're helping kids who are sick, okay? What else do I need to say? So please think about donating, and you can do so just by following that link I posted in the comments. And your donations are, well, they're very well used, and they're very well appreciated as well. So do it. It's going toward a good cause, and you can watch us making fools of ourselves, playing video games, making food, and all sorts of good stuff. Maybe I'll do a concert later. We'll see. Who knows? Either way, guys, these biscuits and gravy. Oh. This is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. As is this, okay? Forget the spoon. Yeah, these are some of the best biscuits and gravy ever. So, now you know how to do it. Now you know what Extra Life is. And I think we've had a good time doing this today. it picked up speed as soon as the root came, because roux is something that you need to pay attention to. And now it's pretty quick process there. Anyway, guys, stuck around. Thanks for watching. This has been Some Guy Who Cooks live edition, late night live. And yeah, I had a good time. I hope you did too. Until next time, I'm Some Guy Who Cooks. And you can be too. I believe in you. So, yeah. Toodles. Please keep sharing, keep liking, keep commenting, and definitely think about supporting Children's Miracle Network by following that link I posted and donating to Extra Life. Yes, you came in late and you still enjoyed it. Hey, don't forget, you can watch this again after I'm done, which is in like 10 seconds, and you can watch it in double time if you really want. But yeah. And yeah, catch you later, guys. Toodles. Bye-bye. Sayonara. See ya. Adios. Or adios. Or adios, however you say it. And, of course, ciao. Oh, and one more. Aloha. Aloha. See you, everybody. Yes, I want to end the stream.